While trade war concerns continue to rattle nerves, investors will be paying close attention to any dramatic shifts in the health of the global economic landscape. In the week ahead, the Asia-Pacific calendar will provide some salient details about South Korea's growth, Japan's unemployment rate, as well as the state of Chinese manufacturing. The week will start with a fresh report on Japan's Nikkei manufacturing PMI for July, followed on Tuesday by Australian inflation data for the second quarter, as well as an update on South Korean consumer sentiment. The Bank of Korea recently said that while it expects private consumption to continue improving, subdued labor market conditions and debt-strapped households could work to constrain it. Consumer spending in Korea, especially on media and entertainment, appears to have stayed somewhat healthy this summer, with box office receipts in line with the overall trend in consumer confidence. And in June, those figures outpaced the same year-ago period by a decent margin. However, despite the uptick in moviegoers, CJ Corporation, which operates the country's largest movie theater complex, saw its stock plunge by more than 28.5% since November of last year. This has also been accompanied by a steep fall in the Kospi 200 index, both moves generally tracking the decline in South Korea's Consumer Sentiment Index from its recent peak, also set in November. Meanwhile, Wednesday will bring the release of South Korea's GDP annual growth rate, which is expected to continue at a steady pace this year, supported by exports and consumption. The Bank of Korea said it anticipates real GDP to rise by 2.9% in 2018 and 2.8% into next year, with recent figures closely agreeing with the outlook. Elsewhere in the week ahead, investors will get an update on Japanese retail sales on Sunday, as well as on its unemployment rate coming off the weekend. These numbers will come in ahead of the outcome to the Bank of Japan's monetary policy meeting on Monday. As widely expected, the BOJ left its key short-term interest rate in negative territory at its previous meeting in June and kept its 10-year government bond yield target at around 0%. The bank's interest rate decision also falls on the same day that China will unveil its NBS manufacturing PMI for July. The market will be closely watching for any material changes in the data as jitters about U.S. trade relations heat up. China's manufacturing PMI in June fell by 0.4 of a point from the prior month, spurring some concerns about the pace of the country's future growth prospects. Visit the IBKR Trader Workstation for a full list of U.S. and global economic data, corporate events and earnings, IPOs, and more. I'm Steven Levine with Interactive Brokers, asking you to enjoy your weekend.